YouTube, it's Feminine Podcast. Welcome back to my channel. Here is a new episode of my podcast for you to be knowing a bit more of spirituality. I didn't want to talk too much about spirituality because I think it is deeper message. And as I said in one of my previous podcasts, you can't be always receiving everything. Maybe you will hear it, but you will not embody it because your mind isn't ready. But I can talk to you about this one so that you have an introduction to spirituality, if you can say that like that. So the title of this one is Your Subconscious Doesn't Argue. I love reading a lot of books. To be honest, I love reading books. I have to stop being indecisive. What the hell? It is hard to be making a podcast without stopping a little bit and trying to be as natural as possible. Anyway, so I love reading a lot of books. I read one book a week, sorry. And the book I was reading was on the power of your subconscious, the power of your conscious and subconscious, what it is made for, how is it working, how both of them are working together and all this stuff. So what I wanted to tell you is that your subconscious doesn't argue. I think that this is something that not everyone is talking about. You know, in the law of attraction, spirituality, attracting your dream life, content creation in this, this field, no one is talking about the fact that your subconscious doesn't argue. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the fact that, explaining a little bit how it works, as an example, and secondly, why you should be filled with love, because it is truly important, because your subconscious doesn't argue. So the first thing is, as an example, the example that was given in the book isn't really relatable because, to be honest, I don't really know about ships. I don't know about boats at all anyway. But it's like when there is a blind person, they can't see anything. So you are the one, as an example, they have a dog to be with them. They are showing them the road. They are showing them the way. And if the dog is telling them to go left, they couldn't say, no, I can see that it's not left, it's on the right, because they can't read, as an example, the direction that are around. So they must be following literally blindly because they are blind. So this is how your subconscious is working. So if ever the dog is the dog is your conscious. If ever the dog is telling them, you go right, it will go right. It doesn't have any connection with the outside world, and this is the transition. It will be the transition to the second part of this video, but it doesn't have any connection with the other world. So it means that your subconscious, your conscious, is what you get. It is like a sponge. It's getting information from everywhere without even recycling or trying to say, no, this one is bad, this one is not bad. It is getting everything from everywhere. This is why I truly suggest you to stop watching some BS on social media and all this stuff, because even if you think that you don't care, your conscious gets it all. And I have an example for this one. If ever you are in an airport and they are it is crowded as hell, someone will shout your name. In the whole crowd, with all the noise, you will be hearing your name. It is not a joke. It is like studies. I don't like talking about boo-boo stuff. I love talking about actual facts. It is studies. If ever someone you know is shouting your name in a big crowd, you will be hearing it. So it means that even if you think that you don't get all the information around you, because it's noisy and all this stuff, your brain takes it all. Maybe it will filter stuff and put the most important in your head. You can get it a bit more, your name, as an example. It's filtering all the noise around you and takes your name for you to be responding. So it is how your conscious works, but your subconscious is getting stuff from your conscious. So if ever you keep saying, this is why I tell everyone, don't say shit. Your subconscious doesn't argue. Your subconscious doesn't know jokes. Your subconscious doesn't even know what it is, what you're saying. So you can literally fool it. You can tell it you're a millionaire. And this is why affirmation works. This is why all of this stuff work. For the people who don't trust in the new universe or God and all this stuff, if you don't want to be too spiritual, I can let you know that your subconscious is a thing. It is a scientific thing. It does exist. So if you talk to your subconscious without even asking God or whatever, if you tell your subconscious that you're a millionaire, like several times, it will trust that you're a millionaire because it doesn't have access to the outside world. You know what I mean? So your subconscious doesn't argue. If you tell your subconscious that you're ugly, it will think that you're ugly. And the thing is, something really important to notice and something really important that you have to remind is that because it doesn't argue, it is working in autopilot. If ever you think that you don't need the law of attraction or the law of attraction doesn't work for you, it does work for you, but in a bad way if you're not working on the positive side of it. If you keep having negative around you, if you're in the wrong environment, if you keep watching BS around, if you keep having bad thoughts around you, if you keep having negative thoughts towards yourself, you have to know that your subconscious is working on autopilot. So whatever you have in mind, it will work on autopilot every day. Like it is in the background. Because this is why most of the people, when they are already 60 plus, 70 plus, you see them acting like child because their childhood traumas have been in the background for 70 years. I don't know if you get it. Like when you were a child, you were a sponge. Nowadays, you have your conscious that is a bit that is working a bit more, and you can choose, not always, but you usually can choose what you decide to keep and what you decide not to keep. But as a child, you don't know what you are supposed to be keeping or not. So your conscious isn't working fully. You are just a sponge. You are absorbing every information around you. So if ever you had wrong information from your parents, from the adults around you, telling you this, you don't get to be rich, or rich people are bad, I don't know, rich people are evil, or you're not enough, you're not smart enough, you will not have a good career. If you didn't get rid of this when you turned 12, when you decided to be a teenager, when you were in your 20s, I don't know how old you are now, it's not fully a trauma, but it's still in your subconscious running in the background. I don't know if you get it. Like if you didn't decide that you got to get rid of a specific limiting beliefs, like your childhood traumas and all the stuff you've been running for years are still in your subconscious running in autopilot in the background. Because it doesn't have access to the outside world. So if your conscious didn't tell it several times, you get rid of the specific limiting beliefs that is saying that I will fail. Your subconscious doesn't know. Your subconscious doesn't know. This is why affirmations and all this stuff are really important. And you don't really know what is in your subconscious because you guys don't really communicate together. Only the conscious talks to the subconscious, if that makes sense. So the thing is that this is why I love affirmations, because I can speak to my subconscious fully. I'm trying to embrace and embody everything that I say when I do my affirmation. Same for the visualization. When I close my eyes and I imagine myself, it is already happening in my subconscious. So my subconscious is okay, this is what we get to live. Because your subconscious can't tell the difference between something that is literally happening in your life or something you are imagining in your head. It is, again, studies that have been made that people were running in real life and some other people were running in their head, like they were imagining themselves running and their brain were activating the same part. And journaling is important for you to understand what is running in autopilot in your subconscious, for you to be able to correct it, because it doesn't argue. It's like it's been living in autopilot, it's been running in the background for years, and you don't even know what's inside. Like sometimes you don't even remember. This is why some people have to go to therapy. This is why I truly suggest you to be journaling, to be remembering what you believe deep inside of you. So the second part of this video I wanted to talk about is the fact that you have, you I don't know how to explain, your subconscious doesn't know anyone else than you. I don't know if that makes sense. So if ever you have bad thoughts, if ever you have bad feelings, if ever you how do you say that, you are resentful, your subconscious thinks that it is towards you. Does that make sense? Your subconscious doesn't know anyone else than you. If you have love, inside of you, if you want to love other people, you will be loved by your subconscious. If you are saying something bad about someone, your subconscious thinks it is for you. It is you. Like if ever I say this guy is ugly, your subconscious will not understand, oh, this guy is ugly. Your subconscious will be like, I am ugly. Do you get it? This is why you have to be filled by love. And this is why in the Bible, I don't know the specific stuff, but you have to treat other people as you would treat yourself. If you are a strong believer in God or something, you have to know that if you want to love, like if you have to love people the same way you love yourself, it's because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between you and other people. Your subconscious only knows you. Like the blind guy, he knows other people, but the only stuff that can run him towards his goal is his dog. He only follows his dog. If the dog is saying him, go to the left, it will go to the left. Your subconscious is blind. It is just receiving directions. And there is no such a thing as this person is ugly, I am resentful against this person, I have so much, like, this is why people who are really resentful, people who are always angry, they don't even feel good themselves. Because some people could be feeling good being evil, but they don't. There is always a part of them that is like yucky, if that makes sense. This is because every feelings they have towards other people are coming back to them. This is a bit of the principle of the karma, not really, but everything you do for others is like you've done it for yourself. And all the love that you can be feeling for other people, it's like all the love that you could be feeling for yourself. So every thoughts, everything you say against other people, it is coming back to you. Oh, this person is ugly, oh, this person doesn't smell good. And usually it's like the result of your triggers. You're so triggered by something and you're like, oh my God, this is so bad. Why do you care that much? It is probably because this is something you don't want people to be thinking about you. So you just get triggered. You're like, oh my God, Black women nowadays are like this. No, this is only what you see because this is the only thing you're concentrate on, because you told your subconscious to be concentrated on this kind of people, on the people that are triggering you, and the trigger will be coming back again and again until you journal and get rid of this limiting belief. This is not a joke. If you think that you can escape a specific situation, it will come back to you again and again until you fix it. I'm a bit out of topic, but your subconscious doesn't know anyone else than you. So if ever you're fully focused on something, it will keep coming back to you. It's law of attraction. So don't be focused on the negative. It can come back to you. It can backfire. You know what I mean? Be concentrate of the positive. And this is something I read in another book again, that you have to be filled with love. And I was like, why would I need to be filled with love? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't change anything. I don't mind being filled with love or anger. It doesn't really matter. But yes, it does matter, because your subconscious doesn't argue. It will not argue with you. And whatever you tell it, it will follow. And because it doesn't know anyone else than you, only your conscious talks to your subconscious. Nothing else can be talking to your subconscious, except like apart from hypnose and all this stuff, but we're not talking about that now. If you have resentment, if you have anger against someone, if you really feel bad about something, like it can come back to you. So this is why I tell you to be paying attention to everything you say, everything you feel, everything you think, everything you watch on social media, everything you watch around you, the environment that you have, your friends, your, you know what I mean, like your loved ones, everyone you spend time with, and all the environment you hang out, and watch your energy constantly, because your subconscious can only take what it gets. And it can't be arguing like, oh no, this one is too bad. Like I refuse to put that on autopilot. I refuse to say that, but like rich people are evil. I refuse to say that Black men don't provide. Like if you tell yourself Black men don't provide, Black men will not be providing, because you're telling that to your subconscious. It will be attracting the same thing to you again and again, because it is running on in the background. It is not arguing. I really want you to be like understanding that. I don't want to go too deep because it can be a really deep topic, but I've tried to put it as simple as possible in this episode. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment. So I think it is the end of this podcast. If you like this one, don't hesitate to like it. Comment down below what you think about it and share it to someone who needs it. Please share my channel. I want to hit like at least 10, like 100 subscribers. And yeah, I think I forgot something. Like, subscribe, of course, subscribe to my channel. And see you in the next one. Bye.